All right, hello everybody. Today we've got some good news for what would you call it? Media preservation. Um, it's become harder nowadays sometimes to get like hard copies of media. Apparently I heard that like a bunch of Blu-ray like hard physical Blu-ray producers and Blu-ray drive producers are like we're giving up on Blu-ray and there's no like purple ray to replace it or anything like that. But and then we also have issues with like licensing where you have a movie that at some point is on Netflix or Amazon or whatever, and then the license runs out. And these, I don't know. I don't claim to understand the motivation behind these licensing agreements, but that's how they work, right? Is that there'll be something and you either buy it while it's there or it vanishes and then you can't buy it, and maybe someday it comes back and then you can buy it. Uh, you know, if you're lucky. And then there are some places where it's like, oh, we're going out of business. You lose all of the things that you bought, and it's like, right? But today we've got actually some good news on this front. If you are or were a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and not like a super fan, because if you're a super fan, you probably have it on DVD or VHS or other methods for getting these lost episodes. But there's been one episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 that's been very difficult to get a hold of for a while now, and it's the one where they looked at the movie The Final Sacrifice. Now that movie was, I think, created, written, directed, I don't know, something by a guy named Tjardus Greidanus. And that guy has been very, very, let's say, stingy about the licensing agreements and the licensing rights for that particular movie, which has made it hard to kind of get a legal copy of that episode of Mystery Science Theater for 3000 for a long time. And it just came over my YouTube feed today that the people who are currently in charge of all the licensing agreements for MST3K have done it. They've gotten the licensing agreement for the Final Sacrifice episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It is, it's on YouTube now, so it's not quite the same as a hard copy, but at least it's publicly available with no, strings attached. If you and no like, ooh, I better make sure I have a VPN running or kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. It's on YouTube. You can go watch it right now. And so, I'm fond of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I watched it quite a bit back in my, high school years. When it was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and yeah, it's one of those that's one of the episodes that I kind of remember fondly. It was very funny. They had a pretty good thing going with the different riffs on the movie, and the riffs on Canada are quite fun as well. And it's been hard to find that particular episode of MST3K for a while now, and so a lot of people are like, oh, it's if I want to get a DVD, it's like $150 on eBay, or or I have to go look around for a pirated copy, or maybe have someone send me a VHS or something like that. And like, that's a lot of effort for people, and it's a lot of like attention that they have to pay to it in order to get a lot of investment in order to get a copy of this episode. And it is now freely available on YouTube for you to watch, and I'll put a link in the description, and I think I'm going to go watch it today because I haven't seen it in probably nearly 3 decades at this point. So, yeah, Final Sacrifice episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 is available on YouTube again after a long period of it kind of popping up and getting knocked down for copyright and popping up and getting knocked down for copyright. But it's on their official channel now. So if you are fond of or nostalgic for Mystery Science Theater 3000, you can go check out their channel and see what they're up to these days. They're still doing fun stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to see this episode again without having to like think about it. You know what I mean? Like, like, ooh, how am I going to go find a copy of this? I got to go hunt on the internet and hope for the best. But it's just there now. So this is it's not a new DVD release of it or a new Blu-ray release of it for people to purchase and have on their shelf, but it's the next best thing. It's on a thriving and public and free with freemium elements, video streaming channel, and you can go watch it or go listen to it or whatever you want. And I think that's something worth celebrating a little bit. So yeah, that's what I got for today. Nice short video. But you know, if you like MST3K, it might lead you to a longer video that you can enjoy. So yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you next time, whenever that happens to be. Maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good one.